Going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a Roll Tide? Inside the comment box, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Today is Thursday. It is May 1st. Wake up, wake up. It is the first of the month. I hope that you are having a fantastic week. Going to talk about the Alabama defense today and a couple other topics right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I hope that you're off to a great May, a new month. We turn the page a little bit closer to the college football season, just day by day. Got the military shirt on. We're going to have a new hoodie contest today, a new hoodie raffle. I think you guys are going to definitely like this one. Some big news in Tuscaloosa today, as the president is here, along with Coach Saban, talking to the Alabama graduates. So we'll highlight the defense. That'll be the meat of our show. We'll talk about some other key points in college football. Josh Jacobs was on the Pivot podcast, had some amazing things to say about his story. Thumbs up for Josh Jacobs. Come on. Like, what a story for Josh Jacobs, right? Guy was homeless. We'll talk about him more in a second. He was homeless. He was a 3-star. We recruited at Alabama. Was really never the featured back, even though we all knew that Josh Jacobs could be the guy, right? Man, Pivot Podcast, they have some really great episodes. So if you're out there and you need something to watch, Pivot Podcast, definitely check it out. Let's do a little Thursday roll call and see who's up in the house. All right, Alyssa, you just have perfect attendance, and we appreciate you. You are the first student. You and Max, you guys are in the front of the classroom. And I love it. Love to see it. Good morning to you guys. Chad Kennedy, what's up? Turn up Thursday. Herman, what's going on? You also have perfect attendance. John Shannon, what's going on? Southern Rag, good morning to you. Army 3275, I appreciate you. Melon Jesus, what's up, man? Love that name. Anita Waters, what's going on? I appreciate you being here. Cookie all day, every day. Appreciate it. Chris from New Jersey, what's up? Marcus Kurtrell, what's going on, man? Nicole, what's up? Good morning to you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Ruben Poole was so close to winning that hoodie yesterday. Just a little bit short. Dan Caraway walks away with the hoodie yesterday. Let's see who else we got up in the house. We got Sean coming to us. Sean Lilly, what's up? Robert, what's up? Robert Bradley Jr. Love it, man. Look at this avatar. This might be one of my favorite avatars. Look at this. Got the tie. Man, that's some swag right there. Lil Ye, what's up, man? Lil Ye is talking about Texas Tech being maybe one of his sleepers for this coming season. All right. Everybody checked in. I appreciate you guys being here. Remember, hey, heads up. Tomorrow I'm traveling, so no show tomorrow. But that doesn't mean like no video tomorrow. You know how sometimes I'll stop at Buc-ee's or I'll just pop off a video. So heads on a swivel, but no live show tomorrow. But that doesn't mean no video. Like, who knows? I don't know. If I'm feeling it, we're going to roll with it. So, or as news happens, you might see me from the golf course talking some news. Who knows? Oscar, what's up, man? Coming to us from a GA. We have a lot of people from GA up in the house. Gordon, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Chadley, good morning to you, man. It's all good, man. Work is work. Mindy, what's going on? Appreciate you. All right, here's our hoodie for today. I'll go full screen on it so you can see. $10 to enter 3 max. I love this one. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Camo's in. That's it. Camo's in, and we're just gonna. I love camo. I'm in the green today. We got Ruben Poole. You're in. Case, you're in, and Lisa, you're in to start out. So this is today's hoodie. This is Thursday, and we'll probably do the pinwheel. I guess Monday. So we'll have a little bit of time to get everybody checked in. So the way to get in to the raffle, Venmo, Bama_YouTube, or Cash App, Bama YouTube. $10, 3 max entries. We'll spin the pinwheel next week. So I'll showcase this a couple times. This is a good one. They're all good. And this is all the gear that I would wear. And look, I like to wear fly gear. That's how we roll. Look good, feel good, play good, right? So this is what we're rocking with today. I'll show it a couple times throughout the show. Dan Caraway was yesterday's winner. And how it works is use the funds to ship the actual, buy it, ship it to you. You can ask Chad Kennedy. You can ask Alex Wilder how it works. And I also give a portion of the proceeds to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen. So last Friday, I was able to deliver a little bit to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen, which was dope. I've showed that photo a couple times. And we got the cash apps rolling through. I'll update you guys as we go forward. So $10 to enter, max 3. We'll spin the pinwheel on Monday. All right. And this is absolute fire. And you know what? I know it's hoodies, and I know we're in the Southeast, and I know it's hot. You might be in the Northeast. It's going to be hot. Yo, these hoodies are fire, and we're going to roll with them. So, and Fanatics is cool. So if you want just like the actual gear, I'm not sponsored by Fanatics or anything like that. But you can just go to Fanatics. And if you want the actual player gear, go to Athletes Thread. All right. All right. Look, this was huge news yesterday, and I wanted to say something about this. So you had On3 who bought Rivals, and two mega companies, right, that have been, you know, kind of the cornerstones, along with 247. You guys remember Scout, but these, you know, Rivals was a cornerstone of the recruiting industry, and I worked for Rivals for about 15 years. And, man, they treated me so well. And I worked for On3 for a short stint, and they also treated me really well. And it's amazing to see how On3 has really upped the game of covering college athletics. So the game plan is, from what I understand in the articles that I read yesterday, is On3 will be your platform for college football, transfer portal news, and they'll make Rivals recruiting, right? Which makes a lot of sense, because when we think about Rivals, it was known as high school football recruiting. So I'm really happy for the guys at On3 and at Rivals under one umbrella now. I think that it is, you know, that the foresight and the vision of Shannon Terry to continue to elevate those products is really amazing. And remember, he built Rivals before selling to Yahoo, so it's kind of like a full circle moment for him. I'm sure him and his staff, and even his son, Jack Terry, who does an amazing job on their social feed, really excited. So from, you know, Shannon Terry, Will Crawl, who's there, I would imagine probably their GM at this point in time, you know, Luke Stampini, those type of guys. Congratulations on, you know, the absorption of Rivals. You know, and I mentioned this because that's where I cut my teeth. I have one plaque that I've ever received in my entire life for like my work. Actually two. I have the YouTube plaque. I forgot about this one. The YouTube plaque is dope. But the plaque that I received from somebody is actually from Shannon Terry. So you see Shannon Terry, this is for NM Preps for getting 100 subscriptions. This is back way in 2007, which is crazy, right? So you see Shannon Terry, and at the time, the editor-in-chief was Bobby Burton, who now runs the Texas site. So really happy for those guys. Those guys definitely on the right track and really elevating the coverage of college football. Glad to see it. I don't know if you saw this, but Josh Jacobs was on the Pivot Podcast. I recommend everybody go check out the Pivot Podcast. They've had Nick Saban on. Pivot Podcast, one of the best podcasts. It's video format, but they call it like the Pivot Podcast. Makes sense. So everybody knows the story about Josh Jacobs. And if you don't, I'll give you the skinny. He's from Oklahoma. He was homeless. You think about, I think Najee was homeless at a point in time as well. This guy was a 3-star recruit out of high school. Nick Saban recruited him here to the University of Alabama. We all know, like, Josh Jacobs as a running back was as good as any other running back that Alabama's had, to be honest. The thing is the running backs that Alabama had at that point in time, I think if I can remember, I think Damian was ahead of him and maybe Najee. Help me out who the running back room was at that time, maybe even Bo Scarborough. It was when I first got here. And Josh Jacobs, you know, this guy, he was clearly good enough to be a featured back, but because of the running backs that they had, it was kind of a running back by committee. I remember him burying some dude from Oklahoma, and what was that, the Orange Bowl down in Miami? Anyways, the best thing for Josh Jacobs recently was him being traded from the Raiders to the Packers. Yo, this guy was phenomenal. I mean, last year he had an amazing season, over 1,000 yards. And just yesterday on the Pivot Podcast, he said, and this, I thought this was really interesting. He said that he himself has spoken to organizations in the NFL to give Henry Ruggs III another opportunity when he gets out of prison, if he does. He's up for parole on the 26th, and you remember in 2023, Henry Ruggs pleaded guilty to one charge of manslaughter. And it was a horrible thing, horrible decision. And, you know, if he does get parole and they do feel that he served his time for the horrible events that happened, then, we do like comebacks. I mean, and I think that in life, if somebody who's taken accountability, if they've been punished for their actions and, they can turn around, then I think that, we give them that opportunity. So prayers to all the families that were certainly impacted by that, especially those who lost their lives. So, who knows? He said Henry Ruggs is training in prison, which I thought was also interesting. And I met Henry Ruggs one time, and I met him down in Montgomery, Alabama. I went down there, and we went to his high school. It was, remember Tony Tsoukalis, the writer for Rivals? Now he'll probably be with On3, I would imagine. But we went there, and we interviewed him, and he was honestly one of the nicest young men I have ever met. Now, of course, the decisions of that night was, terrible. So, but in that one particular time that I met him, really nice guy. And, people make bad mistakes. And sometimes it's, it leads to decisions like that. And hopefully things, work out for all parties. So, but it was a good interview by Josh Jacobs. And he said that he had some really good things to say. So check it out. Pro Football Focus recently released kind of their top 100 to watch for college football for the 2025 season. And they have a few guys for Alabama. No surprise, right? Brian Williams is the number 2 wide receiver. Caden Proctor is the number 3 offensive tackle. Parker Brailsford is the number 7 inside offensive lineman. Jaden Roberts is the number 10 inside offensive lineman. LT Overton on defense at that bandit position. Tim Keenan at the DT. Deontay Lawson, I probably feel that's a little bit low for Deontay Lawson, but the number 7 inside linebacker. And then you have Cam Calhoun, which is interesting because they don't have Damani Jackson on here, right? And then you have Bray Hubbard as a safety. So, the guy, we'll talk about the defense today. And you kind of see the quality on offense. And there's a couple guys that aren't listed right there because, like, Isaiah Horton will probably be a top 100 player, I would imagine. And on defense, Damani Jackson. So we'll see, what happens on the defense. And that'll be kind of the meat of the show today. This is a blank screen. This is the hoodie again. The hoodie, we'll do the pinwheel on Monday. I got Army 3275, I got you in. Brandon Claiborne, I got you in as well. Thank you so much for jumping in the hoodie. And then I got Ruben Poole, Case, and Lisa. You guys are checked in for this hoodie, which will be raffled on Monday. So no show tomorrow because I'll be on the road traveling. But when we get back to action next Monday, we'll do this. And I'm trying to get a picture from Alex Wilder or Chad from the hoodies that they've already received. So as soon as those come in, I'll pop those on the screen. Here's a snapshot of the Alabama defense, and this will be the meat of the show that we're talking about. And I think I have been very open, and I'm sure everybody else has. I don't watch the other shows, but I'm sure everybody's talking about the same point, the excitement about Ryan Grubb and how we feel that he's going to impact Alabama in year 2, tracks are laid, and his philosophy, new quarterback, all that stuff. But I honestly feel that probably along with Ryan Grubb and a new quarterback, the biggest reason that Alabama is going to take a step forward and be better is because of the defense, right? And not just because of the defense. Well, why? Well, the guys that are returning on the defensive side of the ball, right? There's so much experience, and I think experience counts for so much. So let's kind of go through it. And here's a snapshot. We'll go position by position like we did yesterday, and I'll ask you guys to give me your feedback, right? So, I mean, the snapshot is this. They're absolutely loaded. The only position that they really don't return a true returner from last season is right here at that Husky position to replace Devontae Smith, right, who started there along with Red Morgan. But everywhere else, they pretty much return a starter, which is pretty amazing. And they might not have started all particular games last season, but they did start, right? Like Xavier Brown, he started every game. There was a time where Quay Russo, he started plenty. Tim Keenan, he started. James Smith had a lot of playing time last year as well. LT Overton was a starter. Damani Jackson was a starter. Deontay Lawson was a starter. Justin Jefferson was a starter. Keon Sabb was a starter. Zay Mincy was a starter against Michigan. Bray Hubbard was a starter as well. So you see what I'm saying? There's so much to dive into from the experience factor on the defensive side. So And we talked about the offense yesterday and kind of the excitement. And this is just a snapshot of how the offense looks. And you got to think that this offense is absolutely deadly. And we talked about that yesterday. So from the jump, let me ask you right here, and we'll start with the defensive line, D tackles, the nose guards, the big boys up front, guys who are over 300 pounds. And I was curious to see if Alabama would have went into the transfer portal for this particular position. They didn't, which I think is telling, right? They only brought in 2 tight ends so far. I know, things can change. But on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think about the talent in this particular room? And look, every single area of this team on the defensive side, I think will get really strong reviews. The defensive line, I think we had some concerns, but we did learn some things about the defensive line because James Smith was limited, and you heard really good things about Jeremiah Beeman. You heard good things about Edric Hill. So let me ask you this. So from top to bottom, like a talent standpoint, what are you rating this group? 10, elite. 8, pretty good. 7, need to see it on the field. 8's right from the jump. It looks like 8.5. Max in there with the 8.5. Army with the 8.5. Ricky Smith 8.5. So D line 8. Defense is a 10. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know what? I might ask on the back end what the defensive grade will be. But I think the defensive line, I'm going to give it a solid 8. Tonette's saying 9.5. Chad is saying 10. So I think one of the biggest things is Tim Keenan is super underrated. I'm not sure why we're not necessarily hyping him up a lot. And James Smith, he was, limited or whatever that means. We didn't see him this spring, but I promise you, James Smith is coming for you. James Smith, I don't know. I mean, the defense, there's so many guys on defense that are returning. Who knows about James Smith? Seriously, I'm not messing around. Like, James Smith is a baller. He is very good. He played in over 300 snaps last year. Since we didn't see him, nobody's talking about him. But James Smith, if he's 100% healthy, he could even – I think he has the athleticism to get after quarterbacks as well. So James, don't really sleep on James Smith. And then I didn't really hear too much about Steve Mbua. I saw him out there. I didn't really hear a lot about him, but this guy as well seemed to make a breakthrough. Jeremiah Beeman, I think he's 315 pounds. So still seems like not a lot of people know about James Smith, which is fine. But right now, if you're buying stock out there, load up on number 23. All right, the bandit position. Yeah, see, Melon Jesus knows what's up. All right, the bandit position for 2025. And you know what? I think Kelby Collins might be playing some defensive line as well. I think he might be rotating from bandit to defensive line. So maybe throw Kelby Collins in this other graphic if you wanted to. Yo, this room itself, go ahead. What's the ranking? 1 to 10. 10 elite, 9, 8. What's up, Alabama Renegade? I appreciate you being here. Kimberly, it's all good. Appreciate you joining us. Look, if they're just rolling with 3 at the bandit and maybe working in Kelby Collins, that's fine. But, LT Overton, probably one of the top 10 players returning this season on the defensive side in college football, which is a big statement, but that could very well be the case. And then Keon Keeley, that's we're all waiting for him to, get onto the field. But I'm going to say the bandit's pretty good. I'd probably say, and you know what? These two might be equal in terms of talent. And I don't think they're really too far behind him. So Marcus is saying 7.5. I'm okay. 8s. Bandit 8. Okay. So 8. Dan Carraway has it at 9. Anita has it at 9. See, I thought about going with 9 as well, just because LT Overton's coming back. I didn't think the LT would come back, and I didn't think that Damani would come back. Actually, this might be at 8.5. There's some 9s in here. All right. Let's cruise it through. Um, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, brother. Jason Layfield and Alabama Renegade. Here's the hoodie again. If you're joining late, this is our raffle for next week. $10 to enter and 3 opportunities. So you can get in the raffle 3 different times for this Alabama hoodie, which is absolutely fire. I like this part. I don't know why. Like, this is really like important to me now with my hoodies that I wear, is basically like around the collar. I don't know why this is, but that's how I like it. So $10 to enter, up to 3 opportunities. What's up, Kings family? I appreciate you, bro. And we'll do the raffle next week. And let's see who I got. I got Kennethan, who's Army 3275. I got Chadley up in here. I got Lisa, Case, Ruben, and yeah, that's who we got early on. And I'll post this on the community tab so you guys have an opportunity to get in over the weekend as well. All right. All right. How about this wolf position right here? This collectively, I guess maybe the corners too. I don't know. Like outside, so the wide receivers are like A+, right? That's like our group. But after that, and then maybe the running backs. I don't know. But the wolf position right here, like, yo, I'll put it full screen so you guys can see a little bit closer. Is there anything wrong with this group? Like, is there a weakling in this group? I'm serious. Byron points out something interesting inside the comment box. Let's go see what Byron says. Today is the last day graduation transfers can transfer to be eligible for the fall season. So if Carson Beck wanted to go back to Georgia, he could today. I appreciate the heads up. Byron always in with some good stuff. Appreciate it. I don't see nothing wrong with this group at all. Like from top to bottom, rank it. Is it a 10? If we're going, Kalen DeBoz is like 10 potentially. But based on depth, 10, yes. I mean, we didn't hear a lot about him. I'm not sure why. That doesn't mean anything bad. But this guy's highlight tape is ferocious. I promise you. If you're bored out there, write down these 2 things for your homework. James Smith, highlights from last year, and Cavante Henry's highlight tape. Kimberly, we're doing great. It's good to see you. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Damn, this might be the highest group right here. All right, Wolf, we'll put 9-5. Justin Hill, monster. Noah Carter, yo, I'm telling you, he looked good. I saw him at the 8-day practice. Deonze, beast. Quay, beast. And Ja Latham. Him returning was interesting to me as well. A lot of guys returning on defense were interesting. All right, Melon Jesus, what's up, man? Thanks for being a fan funder. Says Kyle, you think the Wolves will switch over to inside linebacker? I don't think so, because when we go to the inside linebacker room right now, the inside linebacker room, they're so deep, and I think these younger guys right here, they had a lot of opportunities this spring to be kind of the starters. So if you put your hand over, Deontay Lawson and Justin Jefferson, who were limited this spring. Nakai Hill Green was kind of that vet, but he just got here from Colorado. Caden Jones saw a lot of playing time. This spring. QB Reese had a really good breakthrough. Luke Metz, we saw him as well. Daryl Duke Johnson, beast. And Abdul Sanders, like, man, yo, this guy had a phenomenal spring. Absolutely got here from he's a Cali dude, right? Out of Los Angeles. So look, I don't know how much these guys will play from Caden over to Abdul, probably, spot play or special teams or whatever. But these 3 right here, if you go off experience, I would imagine it's the most experienced group in college football based on snaps, because, they were all starters last year. So I'm going to ask you the same question. Scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade or rank the inside linebackers? We were very high. So far, we went 8 on defensive line. We went 8.5 on Bandit. And the Wolf, we gave him a 9.5. And I don't know. Somebody asked Ja Latham or Quay. That's Brandon Woods. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, brother. Man, I would say Quay. I think Quay is better. Like, straight up, if you ask me, like, who's a better player? I don't know. But experience counts for something. I don't know. But if all these guys are healthy, which they should be, what do you grade them? 8? JTL's a LSU fan who we love. We get some LSU fans. We'll get some Georgia fans in here. It's all good. Like James, I think that's James Reichard. He'll join every once in a while. He's a Georgia fan. He's cool. And then we have a Michigan fan that'll pop on too. JTL saying -4. God, don't change, bro. Don't change. All right, so 8.8, 9.5, 8, 9, 9. Yeah, very high grades. Okay, I'm going to say 9. Inside line. And you know what? A lot of it is because of him. Deontay Lawson, if he's 100% healthy, he's a first-round guy. And he will be. That's what they say he's on track to be 100% healthy. So this is a first-round guy in 2026. 2026? Man, imagine when it's 2030. I just saw this silly thing on Instagram. Sometimes I watch Instagram, like funny things before I get on the show just to get in like kind of the mood. And I love like comedy. Who doesn't, right? But it was this guy coming from like 2025 to I think like 1990. And he like visits himself. He visits someone else and he's like, man, I just bought this house. It was, 3,000 square feet. It was like $150,000. Let's sit down and watch a movie. He was like, I haven't seen Goodfellas yet. Have you seen it? He was like, I just got it from Blockbuster. Man, who would have thought that Blockbuster just like completely erased? Right? Like even explaining, and it's been gone for a minute. I never thought that Blockbuster would go anywhere. Wild. All right, so it looks like high rankings for the inside linebackers. Oh, you can get these two at Dick's Sporting Goods. This is the Derrick Henry. I have two of them. I have this one and I have Devontae Smith. All right, look, the corners. The corners are solid. And the Husky guys, I just put Husky. I have no idea who will be the starter at Husky. I think there's still competition, to be honest. I think it might be Deshaun Jones if they played today, but I think that's a very tight position right now. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here, bro. All right, so Damani Jackson, Cam Calhoun, Xavier Brown, Deshaun Jones, Red Morgan, Dejon Lee, Chuck McDonald. I'm telling you, the defense, like, potentially, like, it's hard not to get excited about the defense. And I don't know. Yeah, Ryan's like, it's a 10. We can move on. All right, so rank them. Is it 10 elite? Is it 9? Look, Damani didn't even play in the springtime. And this guy, Mustard, was like MVP of the spring. Let's be honest. Like, honestly, let's be honest. Let's not do coach talk and word salad and just be like, all the players were good. No, like, it seemed like this guy was like one of the best players on the team. I'm serious. Like, that's what it kind of seemed like. And look, he's behind Zabian or Damani. But Dejon Lee, how are you going to keep him off the field? Mustard, man. I mean, that dude's coming with it. And Red Morgan looked really good, too, during the 8-day practice. And Deshaun Jones, I think he's first team right now. Chuck McDonald, look, this guy, yeah, King's Family, turn that TV off. I love that song. And then Chuck McDonald, he's about to roll into the roster right now. 10s. Are we going to say 10? No. Okay, let's see. 9, 9.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10. Okay, it looks like we're at 9.5 with the corners. And I'm going to say corners and Husky. Is it 9.5? And some people are like, stop saying Husky or Wolf. Well, that's what they still call him. I don't come up with these names. All right. Okay, we'll move to the safeties. Look at this room. All right. Keon Sabb, Bray Hubbard, Zay Mincy, Cam Howard, Jay Kirkpatrick, and Ivan Taylor. It's got to be Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard that start. Zay Mincy's so good. He played so well against Michigan. And Drake Kirkpatrick's right. I think Drake Kirkpatrick, from what I remember seeing, that he might play Husky as well. Haven't heard too much on Cam Howard, and then I heard good things about Ivan Taylor. So, again, what you got for the defense? Safeties. 9, 10s. Patriot Life, what's up, bro? 9s. Wow. Shoot. Yeah, so, I mean, we could do some math real quick. Yeah, I mean, the defense is absolutely legit. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6. Let's just see what it averages out to. 8 plus 8.5 plus 9.5 plus 9 plus 9.5 plus 9. I'm curious to see what it comes out to collectively. Plus 9 plus 9.5 plus 9 equals divided by 6. Yeah, it's a 9. It comes out to, the defense comes out to a 9 overall. I rounded up just slightly, but your defense is a 9. So, I mean, that's a reason to get excited about Alabama's defense, is because of this. And I think as well, and we didn't even talk about these two individuals that are back on defense as well, but Kane Womack, Mo Lindquist, Chuck Morrell is coaching the inside linebackers. Christian Robinson is coaching the wolf position, right? You got Jason Jones back there as well. The defense, all the coaches are back. I mean, they added Jason Jones, but you get what I'm saying? Like, most of the coaches, all of them are back, besides Colin Hitchler. I think Mo Lindquist specifically is phenomenal. I don't think that we realize how good of a coach that he really is. I think that he's going to get these guys to elevate even to a higher level in the secondary. I'm serious. And I think Kane Womack, you saw him take accountability for, you know, some of the things that happened last year. I don't want to bring it up, but the shovel pass, they were still using it in Oklahoma. And we know, look, the schedule, you're going to face a ton of quarterbacks again that are very experienced, right? It'll be the challenge, but you and look, I would say this about the defense too. The offense, I do have concerns about the too deep on the offensive line. I don't really have concerns about the too deep on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe at the defensive line, but everywhere else, I'm fine with the too deep. I think if a key guy on defense was to go down, I think the guy right behind him is going to be capable to continue to hold the standard on defense. So that's your defense. Loaded. Absolutely loaded. So this is the hoodie that we're raffling. This will be for next Monday. But if you want to get in, $10 Bama_YouTube on Venmo, and then Cash App Bama YouTube. And we'll run this, you know, to Monday. But it's tight. I like it. And camo's in. So we rock with the camo. Yeah, Pavia's coming back. Oklahoma's quarterback, Jackson Arnold from Auburn. I mean, Florida State will have a new quarterback. Garrett Nussmeier, he's back. I think Tennessee will have a new quarterback, surprising. That was like one of the craziest things that's happened so far, right? Georgia, I guess they have a quarterback returning with some experience, right? He didn't play a ton, but he played in the playoffs. So, yeah, that's your defense. And yesterday we talked about the offense. So, as news happens, I got you covered right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I hope that you have a blessed day. I hope that you stay where your feet are at. Before you go, please check out my men's devotional channel, which I just started. I don't know. Has it been 30 days that we've had the channel going? So check it out. It's just basically, I want to tighten up in my spiritual journey. So I always feel like we need self-improvement. We need to be humbled. And we need to remember that serving others is really the key to happiness, right? So just something that I want to do personally. So if you want to join the ride, hop on board. If you want to jump in the raffle, jump on board. Bama _ YouTube and Cash App. And remember, a portion of this goes back to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen, and we'll do it next quarter. And I hope to have a much bigger check to present them. So thanks so much. Yeah, I'll be, if you're, I'll be up. It's Silver Lakes is south of Gadsden a little bit. So I'll be like cruising up that way. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for rocking with me today. I hope you have a blessed day, as I said. And as news happens, I got you covered right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on May 1st. Kyle Anderson of Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam.